Space Shuttle, this is flight safety. Keep your hands on the handrail or inside the vehicle and remain seated while in motion. You are clear for launch. Have a great flight to Starport 75.
Hey, Glenn.
Hey, Chris. How are you?
Is that you? It's been so long. I've forgotten what your voice sounds like.
I know, right?
Yeah. Boy, you got a nice voice. You got a voice made for... face made for podcasting?
Yeah, I have a face made for podcasting. Exactly.
Is that,
I absolutely
that's what I meant
do.
to say. But
well, if the shoe fits.
What?
Sorry,
shoe
Glenn.
on your face. Boom. No, you've got a wonderful podcasting voice.
Okay.
I like when we're not recording and you're like, "Hey, Chris, how things go," and then we record and you're like, "Hey, let's start the podcast."
Hello there.
Hey. All right, enough out of you. How you been, man? It's been forever. The last time we talked was like the changeover of the administration in our country, but that was like 2 months ago, a month ago.
It was, wow, it has been almost 2 months. I didn't even, I was thinking it was like a month and a half, but yeah, it's been pretty much 2 months. That's crazy.
Almost exactly. Yeah. What have you been? What kind of rock have you been under? Where have you been? What are you doing? You've been at Disney World? Is that the problem? You were spending all your time at Disney World?
No. I have not been to Disney World, unfortunately.
You know what? Me either. And you know what was fun is I paid for a whole year of annual passes and didn't go once. Isn't that disgusting?
No.
All that money just gone.
Hey, at least you have annual passes.
Yeah, but I paid. I mean, I guess there were a few months I didn't pay, right? So, but I still probably paid, I don't know, a couple $1,000.
Yeah, people are begging to buy them. They're like, "Please take my money, Disney," and they.
I know, and I'm complaining about it.
Yeah,
well, at Disneyland, right?
No, Disney World.
What do you mean? Oh, because they're not selling any new ones. Oh,
they're only allowing renewals.
Oh, I see what you mean. Oh, well, then I'm glad I did it because I debated for like 20 minutes on, do I want these? Because, you know this, the other people don't. My annual pass is renewed in March, so, or they expired in March. So, oh yeah, I didn't think about that because I just renewed and whatever. But if I had canceled, I wouldn't have been able to buy them.
That's right.
Oh, so actually I did a good thing.
Yes, you did.
Oh, so if I had canceled back when they were letting people cancel, right now I couldn't buy more annual passes?
You could not buy more annual passes.
Well, look at me. I just fell backwards into that success.
Look at that.
If you call it that. But we'll talk more
you
about
still have the honor of being able to give money to Disney.
And what did I see the other day? I saw that there's a new magnet they're sending out.
Yeah,
Orange Bird. A character Orange Bird. That's right. I'm like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's worth $2,600. Which I know it's, I always got to start on things that you didn't even put on the list. But, I do need to thank you because I was really upset the other day when I renewed them. And they're $2,600 for, my family of four. We get to pay them monthly though, because, we're Florida residents. And then you told me what it was costing you to price like a week's tickets, just a week, or what it would cost you to get annual passes, but without some of the benefits that Florida residents get, especially primarily splitting the payment up into 12, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. It seems weird to say, but in the grand scheme of things, now I feel like I'm getting a deal.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. You absolutely are.
So thank you. So
I need to move into your house for a period of time so that when they do start selling them again, I can use your address.
Or, and you're gonna have to bleep this, or you could just move back to Florida like you were supposed to be, and I know. And then you wouldn't have this problem. So you did this to yourself.
I know.
If you still lived here, it wouldn't be a problem.
That's true.
What does it take? It just takes a driver's license, right? You just needed to qualify.
I don't think it's even I don't know if it's that or if it's you just need to have like your show an electric bill that has your name on it.
Okay.
Type of thing.
All right. Well, if you're going to live here and pay my electric bill, then have at it. Although that'll probably be more money than the annual passes.
True.
Anyway, so I renewed my passes, so I'm going to be set for another year maybe, but we'll talk about that more later. But let's talk about some news. There's been stuff going on, right?
Yeah,
So-
but before that, look, I'm yawning already. We need to have Coke Corner, please,
Oh, yeah.
for the love of goodness.
I told you, I started and named Coke Corner, and
I
now
know.
forgot about it.
Look, I have my cup of ice. I'm even doing the cup of ice that you do.
Yeah, me too. I prepared. Last time you yelled at me because I started mine early.
And then I have
So,
I
what do
have
you-
cherry Coke energy, Coke, or is it Coke cherry energy? Anyway, the Coke with the cherry with the energy.
More importantly, with the Guarna.
With the Guarna, yes.
Yeah. Okay, that's more important.
What do you have?
We'll go. Let's.
Oh, okay. Me first. Okay.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah, do your thing.
I hate the sound, but
You hate the sound of the pouring?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
That's the greatest sound ever.
No, it's not.
They used to do commercials where that was like the only sound of like the whole thing. See, I think that's amazing. This week in Coke ASMR.
All right, what do you have?
I got something different this time. And I'm fully prepared to be fully disappointed in this, but it's I got to do it. And you and I talked about this, my gosh, I don't know, a couple months ago.
Mm-hmm.
So one thing I love is Coca-Cola, because it's such a healthy, wonderful drink.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing I love is coffee. And I used to, even periodically, I'd have an ice cold Coke, on one part of my desk and a coffee on the other part of the desk, and it would kind of alternate, right? So I kind of like that combined taste. And you remember there was a Coke Black, BLAK, I think it was?
I remember it. I never had it.
Oh, you didn't? Oh,
No,
yeah, I did.
no.
It was terrible. It was disgusting. So Coke took a run at it. Gosh, that was like 15 years or so ago. It was terrible. But I guess they decided they're going to take another run at it. There's enough nutsos out there like me with coffee and Coke that they decided to do this. But here's the thing, and I know you know this because we complained about it. Here's the thing. So it's like it's regular Coke with coffee is the name, right? And this is dark blend, so it should just be Coke with coffee. It's a great Coca-Cola taste blended with rich, luxurious coffee. Rich, luxurious coffee. But they screw it up. Like they had success, and they screw it all up because they put artificial sweeteners in it. They got
Yeah.
sucralose and the Ace K stuff, and like, really, you had to do that? Just give me the damn sugar. Like, it's not a health drink, so like, what difference does it make? Like,
Right.
anyway, so that's what I'm having. It's my long answer. I'm having Coke with coffee. Now, I should say I tried this a couple of weeks ago with the vanilla flavored, and it was not good. So, but I'm willing to give the regular non-flavored one a try.
We might lose our lucrative Coke
Yeah, right.
sponsorship. Okay.
Well, then we'll just go to Folgers and do a coffee one. All right. So that's proof that I'm opening something. All right. Oh, I got to get the audio set up here. I don't know how you don't like that sound. It's a great sound.
Don't spill it.
It does. It smells like Coke with coffee.
Really?
Yeah, it does. Which, okay. All right, here goes. I'm actually a little afraid. All right, here goes. Mm-hmm. Oh, no. Nope. Nope. No, I should have gone with the Coke Energy. No, but
really?
Here I am. No, it's the
The artificial sweeteners.
yeah, because it leaves that bitter after. Like, what were they thinking? Just put
That's
the
a
sugar in.
shame.
Why would they do this? Like in this category of drinks, like nobody's gonna like go, oh well, there's too much sugar in it.
Right.
Like there's plenty of headroom here. How many sugars in it? I think there's more sugars in a regular Coke. There's only 18 grams of sugar in this.
Only 18.
Oh, 18 carb. Well, come on, in this genre, yeah, 18 grams of sugar. Isn't there like 20 something in a regular Coke?
In this Coke Energy, there's 39 grams of sugar.
See, so they have plenty of headroom, man. Why did they have to do this? Oh, they screw up. All right, well, hey, fun little adventure. We'll see how I feel halfway through the rest of the show. But. All right, now can we get to the news? Now that I'm all hopped up on Ace K and sucralose.
Yes, we can.
Good.
Yes, we can.
All right, get on it.
All right. So we will start with so, since we haven't talked for 2 months, there's been a lot of news, right? A lot of goings on at Disney World,
Not at Disneyland.
everything Disney. So I've kind of condensed a lot of. I'm only looking at the most recent news for a lot of this stuff, but there was big news this week. Disneyland is going to reopen on April 30th.
Woohoo! Dun, 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 dun. And now all those annual pass holders can go enjoy their time there.
Wait a second.
Oh, wait. Too soon?
Mm-hmm. So the interesting thing is that it's only going to be open for at a capacity of 15%.
1.5.
Yes. And you have to be a California resident.
Oh, interesting. Well, that makes sense. And didn't Disney World do similar early on? Or no, then it was just talk of it. Yeah, because they don't want people flying into California bringing all their germiness with them, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. So 15. Man, can you imagine being in
That would be the
Disneyland
greatest,
with 15%? Maybe you and I need to get. We're not Californians.
Oh, dang it!
I was gonna say we could get on a plane, but that's exactly what they don't want.
Right.
Oh well.
That would
April
be
30th.
That would be pretty
Next
nice,
month.
though, right? Yeah, next month.
That's great. And do we know anything else other than those limitations? Any other like social distancing stuff? I guess probably pretty similar to Disney World, right?
Yeah.
Probably masks, I would assume.
Oh yeah,
It's California,
definitely.
So it's not Texas. Okay, good.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess we'll see how it goes, right? But
Yeah.
is that because the governor like loosened
Yeah.
things? I guess so, because it wasn't by their choice, obviously, right?
Right.
So
yeah, Disney's been begging for them to be able to open.
yeah, I wonder why. Oh, okay. Well, good. So, do we know same kind of day reservation kind of setup?
Yes.
Do we know anything
Yes. Yep. Absolutely. I think I think I mentioned it last time. I think that's here to stay forever for both. For every Disney park is you have to make a reservation.
You be quiet.
I'm telling you, it's too easy. It's too easy for Disney.
Like we'll talk more about it later. But like I was gonna go do a thing at the Disney, and I'm like, and it was gonna be a week and I was checking a week and a half before, and everything was booked. I'm like, well, like that sucks, especially for locals like me. Is like you can't do anything even remotely last minute.
Yeah,
like, this is ridiculous. Actually, that was the final straw with me deciding to get the annual passes. Was I looked at the calendar, and there was nothing available for day ticket people.
Yeah,
but there was about twice as much available for, as well, half as much as resort guests for annual pass holders. So I'm like, well, with this new system that's going to stay, as Glenn tells me, I better do it.
yeah.
So anyway, okay, well, good. April 30th, that'll be exciting. I wonder if they'll have a big thing.
I'm sure. I'm sure.
Cool. Well, what about closer to home?
So closer to home,
to my home anyway.
There was an announcement about another opening closer to home, and it is that Remy's Ratatouille Adventure is going to open on October 1st.
I am super psyched about this ride.
Are you?
I am. Well, it's complicated, Glenn, and we don't have the time to go in all of it. But I love Ratatouille.
Sure. It's
the
a great movie.
All right. Hey, settle down.
It is.
I know that tone. You're like, it's a great movie, but and it was one of the first kind of Pixar movies my son really likes. We watched it a lot, so I got a lot of fond association with the Ratatouille ride. And I've seen the video from, where is it, Paris? The other one is?
Yep.
And I thought it looked neat. I love the little kind of shrunken down, like, rat size. All right, tell me why I'm wrong. Tell me why this thing sucks.
No, I think it's nice that there's another ride in World Showcase. That's cool. But I've seen the video too. I mean, it's not Pirates of the Caribbean or Haunted Mansion. It's a ride. It's something to do.
It's no singing bears. I'll tell you that.
It's no singing. Thank you. It is no singing bears.
No, so I think you and I meant that differently. But
thank you for making my point.
I've already forgotten. No, thank you for making my point. It's no singing bears, so it must be better.
No, seriously, I mean,
Country Bear Jamboree.
It is nice that they are going to have another attraction there, and it's a ride because there's not many rides in World Showcase.
No,
I just I'm not.
And it never surprises me when you have complaints about something. I'm really surprised you're tepid on this because to me it seems like all upside. We didn't lose anything to get it. It's another attraction in World Showcase. It's a movie that's a good movie. Like it's not some it's not a property that they. Well, I guess they kind of did with Pixar, but this came after that, I think, right? So it's all good. So I mean. So I thought you'd be more positive about it.
Yeah, no, I am. I am. They added on to. You're right. You're absolutely right. France, did not change from the front. They didn't tear anything down. We didn't lose the movie, right? I mean,
right? Which you would have thought would be the first thing to go, right?
Well, even though it's now this, Beauty and the Beast sing along.
Yeah, oh, right.
But at least they are still playing, the other movie at night. But it's still limited. Anyway, but the back of they added onto the back, so you can walk to the back, and it's a whole new area. And so I'm excited about it. I haven't been on the ride, but it's not one that it's not Rise of the Resistance. It's not.
Come on, man. I mean,
no, I'm saying it's good. I think it's a good addition to Epcot.
Okay, all right.
And I will ride it when it opens.
Not everything has to be an e-ticket, right? It'd be okay to have a couple of C and
right. That's maybe that's what I'm saying.
Whatever.
It's good.
Okay,
it's good.
All right.
I think I also have an aversion to copies, right? Where they're just.
Oh well.
Yeah, I mean,
you better get over that.
Let's look back at my history with Soarin' and it's like, okay. Can't we have things that are unique to theme parks that is special that I have to go to Disneyland to experience Soarin'? Like, can we do that? But
so if there was something that because for some of that I think is proximity. Especially with Soarin', it was in Disneyland, which is feasible to go to for somebody in Louisiana, right?
Yeah.
But Paris maybe a little less so. What if it were Hong Kong? What if there was something in Hong Kong that you're like, man, I wish we had that attraction here. You wouldn't appreciate them
like the Tron roller coaster.
Yeah, okay, yeah, Shanghai. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. You're all poo-pooing the Tron roller coaster?
No, because it's Tron.
It's
That's a completely
yeah,
different.
Exactly.
Completely different.
You're so loosey-goosey with your standards.
Of course I am.
Like,
of course.
Okay, all right. Are they still building that thing, or was that caught in budget cuts and now it's just like a Tron coffee cart?
So they are, the last I read is they are finishing up the frame for the canopy. And like that, then they're going to stop. They're just going to chill out until I don't know when.
Kind of makes sense.
It was supposed to open October 1st of this year. That was the goal. But it's probably, now I read today, probably not even in 2022.
Wow.
So.
Oh, wow. Man, we were really robbed of two, and it seems trivial to complain about it, but for Disney fans that are listening, Epcot was on such a track to be to get these huge, great updates that have been kind of stolen away because of COVID, and the 50th anniversary was kind of, now it's all kind of tepid because of this. So, I mean, many more things to be upset about, but it's kind of sad we have those losses, but. Oh, well, anyway, I don't want to go on that down. I'm looking forward to this ride. My kid will like it. And that tempers so much of sets so much of my expectation now too. It's like, well, if my kids are going to like it, then I'm looking forward to it more. So we watched a video of it on YouTube, and he's like, I want to ride that. He's asked me a few times, when's that opening? And now I can say, Uncle Glenn said it'll be October. All right. What else we got?
All right. So staying within Epcot,
more things.
The beautiful barges for the Harmonious water fireworks show, nighttime show at Epcot were installed in World Showcase Lagoon a couple weeks ago. They are there. The main ring circle thing in the middle is like 6 stories tall, and it's going to be there forever, permanently, like during the day. And the thing that ticks me off the most is that it's not centered with Spaceship Earth and the American Adventure. It is off center, and that's going to bug the OCD part of me.
Yeah. Well, man, there's nothing I could say that you haven't said or the rest of the internet, but I saw the pictures and I'm like, who gave that a green light? Because even if you ignore the off-centeredness of it, like they went to great effort with those previous barges to like bring them in and out and,
every day,
like still maintain kind of the cohesiveness of the lagoon. And the original designers made it's no accident that whole thoroughfare is right in line from, front to back. And, it was no accident that, the American Adventure was right there or whatever, the American Pavilion, whatever the name of that American thing is, that it's like you can see that from the other side of the lagoon. Like that's our country. And, and for them to just like slap this thing in front of it, just like, I'm like, who, like, is the bar really that low to become an Imagineer? Like now you're just like, no, it sounds like I'm being snarky, but seriously, it's like that is not that's not like a really subtle touch where you're like, oh, well, they don't quite understand the balance of the, like we talked about Skyliners and how that might have a negative effect on the skyline or whatever.
Right.
And maybe, but even that would be so minor compared to what this is. This is like,
it is minor.
This is like spray painting on top of the Mona Lisa. I mean, if you like that painting, which I think it's horrid, but whatever. But you know what I mean? Take your favorite. I think I'm the only one playing it. I think I don't see what all the fuss is about the Mona Lisa. I don't get it, but what do I know? Anyway, yeah. Is there any sense to what they've done?
I mean, so the idea is that during the day, those barges are going to be, what's the word I'm looking for? No. They're going to be on. Not
lit.
Not. What's the word? Like not
Use
sprinklers, but what?
Oh, water features.
Yeah, the water the water feature are going to be on during the day, like
a fountain.
A fountain, yeah, the fountains are going to be on during the day. So
no, that's lipstick on a pig. That's
so in theory you're going to see. You're going to see water, flowing and spraying, and it's, in theory, it'll hide some of the structure of the barges.
BS.
But, I mean, I don't know. They don't have it on yet, so.
Yeah. I tell you, I guarantee you that thing was added later when they looked at it and went, this is going to be kind of ugly. And they're like, well, what can we do? Yeah. This better be one trip-ass show.
That's the thing
for this nonsense,
right? That's the question, right? Is it really worth it for what they did to the lagoon? Like, this better be a really, really good show.
Well, the good news is Disney changes their shows all the time, so it won't have to be around for that long. Mm-hmm. It's not like it's going to be around for 2 decades.
Right, exactly.
I'm not happy about this one.
And then it's off center because we believe that it was intended to be off-centered so that it would be centered for that event pavilion that they were going to build. They removed the model from the Epcot experience. They still say they're going to have something there, but it's probably just going to be like a patch of grass but that's
with a plaque. Here's where the thing was going to be.
So I don't know. I don't
buy that. You want to know why I don't buy that?
Yeah, go ahead.
Here's why. Because if you're talking about where that thing was going to be placed, if you wanted that thing to be lined up, it seems like the circle thing, what are we calling that? The barge, whatever, would not only have to be off center, but would have to been crooked. You know what I mean? Because it was. Oh, it is?
Yeah.
I thought it was just off center.
No.
You're saying it's crooked too?
Yeah. It's on an angle.
Maybe you're right. All right.
Yeah.
But still, that's a horrible reason to do it that way. Yes. Absolutely horrendous. Like who? Oh, anyway. All right.
Well, because they were going to charge people to be in that festival.
I understand, but you don't ruin it, right? But that should be a plus. No. You don't ruin the rest of everybody's experience to make the.
This is current Disney. What are you talking about?
See, but all this does is make me then sad that I got annual passes. Like I don't know. No, I'm not joking because I look at this and go, well, this is not. And I hate to be that guy that's like, well, Disney's supposed to be, pay attention to all the polish and the details and whatever. But I mean, this isn't like a subtle, mistake. This is just bad show top to bottom.
Do you know they designed when they installed the Tower of Terror when they were building it?
Yeah. Oh, I know where you're going. I know. Go ahead.
Because of one sight line from across World Showcase Lagoon, if you're looking at Morocco, you can see the Tower of Terror behind it. And it's the only country where you can see the Tower of Terror. Right. So they painted the Tower of Terror the same colors as the Moroccan pavilion so that it would blend in.
Yeah.
And it's a similar, so it blends in fine with the skyline behind Morocco.
Yeah.
Like they went to that much detail for a sideline.
How does that get lost? I mean, I guess it's hard to hold on to, but you would think that sense of show, that sense of cohesion and details should have been endemic to Imagineering and Disney. How does that get lost? Like, how does that go away?
I don't know. Well, that's also the reason the Contemporary is built where it is, because you can see it from Tomorrowland.
I never thought about that.
Yes.
Can see it from close to my house too, by the way. But I never thought about that. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Yeah. So they have always thought about sightlines and all. And so when something like this happens, and back to my point, go back and listen to any episode 2 years ago when we were talking about the Skyliner and my whining about that, it's the same thing. But as you rightly pointed out, that is so much less obtrusive than this thing is. Like this is, even a million times worse than the Skyliner. I'll take 100 Skyliners over this.
Yeah. Wow. And I was worried about excuse me, I was worried about the Guardians of the Galaxy big building and stuff, which I think I'm still upset about. But I really haven't seen any recent pictures of what that looks like. And I haven't been there, obviously. But that's even way less than this. But,
yeah.
But it's like your hands, like you're just a complete victim. Like you can't, victim sounds so dramatic. But you can't do anything about it. It's like, it's what it is.
Yep.
I guess you could write letters like, old guys like we are.
Yeah.
Or do a podcast, complain about it.
I think most people thought that it was going to be like Illuminations and they were going to just bring it out.
That's what I thought.
That's what most people thought. But then it's like, oh, wait a second, permanent. What?
And as far as I know, that thing, the only reason it's there is to create like a screen, like a misty screen, right? Yeah. And that just doesn't seem like enough of a win.
I know.
Because we've seen that kind of, that's not like something we can't imagine. We know what that's going to look like.
At, World of Color in California Adventure, they don't have anything like that, but they have a water screen that they shoot up from below.
Bizarre. Just bizarre. Like what? Like truly, what were they thinking? I know there's no answer to that, but I just don't get it. Wow. Anyway, all right.
Well, on to better news about Epcot.
Thank you.
So I know you've seen pictures of the new Epcot entrance plaza, and I think you are a fan of it. I know I am.
Yeah, of course.
So so all of the construction walls are down in the plaza, and it's been the pylons are back in the fountain. They have new flagpoles, which they've never had before, where they're flying the flags of the logos of the pavilions, which is 12-year-old me is like, is like, oh my god, and then they started, and this leads into our next subject too. But the on the sides, they have the overhangs. On one side, I know they used to have like a meet and greet for characters on one of the sides.
Right.
Well, on they put in LEDs, and so there's color going all the way around the plaza, and it matches the fountain, and it's going to match Spaceship Earth.
Wow. Okay.
So
going to match Spaceship. What do you mean?
So that's the next item is that just yesterday, one of the Imagineers posted a picture of they're starting to test fit the new lighting for Spaceship Earth.
Yeah, and I haven't read the articles, but I've just seen the photos. So these are lights like inset into the corners of some of the triangles, all of the triangles.
Yeah, I don't think all. No, not all, but yeah, some.
And so it's gonna like sparkle and shimmer. Like, is that what these are? Is that what we're saying?
Yep.
I'm not a fan of this. Why do we need this? What was wrong with the lights that projected on it? It looked beautiful. Why do we gotta go mess this up? Yeah, but why do we have to have this?
Because it was introduced, announced last year, and
I don't remember this part.
Oh, sure.
Okay. All right. You seem rather neutral about this. I'm not sure how to feel. What is this?
I'm looking forward to it. I think they've done a good job with the lighting, with the fountain and the new ring of lights around the plaza.
But they're like slapping. These are like those lights that you put in your closet that you'd like tap them on and off. It's those kind of lights, right? Like you just self-adhesive. They kind of go in there.
That's what they look like to us.
They do
right now, but I don't know.
That's the brief bit I saw about this was people complaining about the aesthetics of, which, going back to my point about the giant monstrosity in the lagoon, like this is one of those, this is like a level 1 or 2 complaint, where that would be like a level 11 complaint to me. Okay, but I really thought you were going to be kind of negative about this, but
no, I'm looking forward to it.
So okay, I guess a lot depends on how they look like, because I'm thinking like at night I'm sure they're going to look great.
Yeah.
But what's it going to look like in the daytime with these little warts stuck all over my beautiful Spaceship Earth? What's that?
You're not even going to see them. They're going to be
you
so.
You say that. I can see it in the picture. I see the person doing it right there.
Yeah, well, but her hand is like holding it out. Like it'll be fine. Trust me.
Okay. Yeah, because that's always worked out when people say "trust me." That never goes wrong.
Look, if I'm not concerned about it,
you're very forgiving.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I can't wait to see what it looks like.
I was really surprised because I didn't get too. I'm actually more worried about it now when I first saw it. But I'm like, people got very like worked up, and like somebody even said like, I'm sure before the budget cuts they had planned to like cut these things out and put it behind the thing. And I'm like, I doubt that was the case. That doesn't sound like Disney today. But
they're not doing that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. As long as it, because I'm seeing one in this photo that you shared.
Yep.
If there are dozens of these, kind of all, I don't know. Just
there's gonna be.
It's not going to mess with the lines of the triangles, and
trust me, it'll be small enough you won't be able to see them during the day.
So you say. We'll see.
And then at night it should look spectacular.
It's all right. I got Photoshop. I can Photoshop them all out.
That's right.
Of my pictures.
Absolutely.
All right. Well, I don't know. So far, Epcot's feeling like a mixed bag to me. But all right, what else you got?
What else? So speaking of getting things plussed for the 50th, is that today I saw an article that the paint job that they just finished last year on the castle, they are repainting the turrets that were more of a purpley blue back to blue.
That's good as far as I'm concerned. I've not. Now you've been in the park to see it with its new. I have not. The closest I got was when I was driving behind the park going somewhere. I could see it from behind outside the park, which from at least from that vantage point, I did not like the looks of it. More so the pink, rose gold, whatever they call it, the salmon shimmery salmon color.
Yeah.
That I think is a more atrocious decision than the bluish purplish thing they did, but I don't know. I'm glad to see at least these go back. Is there any more background to it, or just we think like it didn't show well? People complained. What do you think?
No, they're getting ready for the for all of the bunting and everything for the 50th.
Why change the color then? I mean, they just painted it.
I know, but on the turrets they're going to have probably because the bunting will match better with the blue.
I see. Okay.
That's what I'm guessing.
Yeah, it looks better anyway. It just doesn't look like Cinderella's Castle anymore to me.
I don't like that. I don't like the pink that they use. It's not. Everybody said, or it's not that bad in person, and I can confirm that it's not that bad in person, but it's not that great in person either.
Yeah, I saw it in person from a distance, and for me it looked just like I see it in photos. So I don't know, and part of me I feel hypocritical because like Castle Cake, everybody hated, and I thought it was great, and I kind of miss it. But that we knew was for a limited time. Mm-hmm. What concerns me here is that this is the new permanent look of this castle.
Yeah.
But anyway, we've talked about that before.
Yeah.
Which I'm surprised it doesn't bother you more. You never seem to get much in arms about that.
I think the blue turned me off. The purplish blue turned me off more than the pink.
Really?
But now that I'm looking at the blue with that pink, like, I mean, I like the blue, but yeah, maybe it is the pink that I don't like.
It just feels a little sickly. It doesn't feel like
No, look. If it was up to me, it'd be a white castle with gray, just like it was opening day. You know, like why not go back to that?
Right.
Or
like what they did for was it the 25th? Holy cow, it's forever ago. The 25th, where it was still the castle, but they just dressed it up, right? It was all...
it was for
Disneyland's 50th.
Disneyland's 50th, yeah.
That's what it was, yeah. I will say, though, in the picture you shared, it's interesting, though, when you really zoom in, like I have a full screen with that, like it actually looks better closer up for some reason. It's like when you step back, it gets worse.
Yeah. It depends on the light, too. I will say that.
Yeah, you know what? Here's what bugs me, and it's like I'm spending too much time on this. What bugs me is it feels, especially close up, it looks like the castle has like this, what do they call it? Gold leaf on it, like it's rose gold, but it's not. It's supposed to be a stone castle, so like it just doesn't look right. It doesn't look like that's the material.
I think that's what's getting me too is the gold. Like take the gold off, like just paint it the rose gold. Like why do you have the gold accents?
Oh, no, I disagree with that. I'd leave the castle, like one of these turrets is still kind of gray, and the blue and the gold accents. Do that. Yeah. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah. Classic. It's the rose gold I hate. It looks putrid. And I think what also bugs me about it is I know this was, there was a conference room somewhere where it was like, everybody loves rose gold. Like we're selling a ton of rose gold merchandise. Sure. So maybe we should go with that. And like, then they just, Marcia said it, and everybody else was afraid to, upset Marcia and disagree with her, and that's how it got stuck.
Yep, I think you're right. I do. No, I think you're absolutely right because they were selling a ton of the rose gold stuff, and it takes time for things to happen. And and by the time they got the paint on there, rose gold was out already.
Yeah, and it's almost like that's. And of course, repainting the blue, it kind of goes against what I'm going to say next. But it almost seems like that's what's missing from Disney is that ability to, like, I know I always compare Apple and Disney, but like Apple will frequently, if they get down the line with a product plan and it's just not working, they will scrap that product plan. Yeah. And it seems like there's so many things that decisions that Disney makes that they're too afraid to U-turn on when they prove that they're not going to be good. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But what I don't get is the Cinderella Castle is the icon for, Spaceship Earth and Cinderella Castle. The two. Like, why mess? And I'm saying this just after I said, oh, I'm looking forward to the lighting on the Spaceship Earth. But, I mean, the castle. Like, why do you mess with it? Leave it. Let it be. Right. Let it be the castle.
Like they improved it by having like the projection system enough.
Yeah, sure.
And that was great. That that was a good +1 that they added to that. But
yeah, I agree. So anyway, so they are changing the color of the turrets, so that's good.
Well, it's half fixed then.
Yeah,
we'll see where the rest goes. I'm really hopeful that after that it's stuck here right now for the 50th, and I'm hopeful that at some point in the not too distant future it goes back to itself. But we'll see. All right.
And then switching to Hollywood Studios.
Oh, yeah. How are they ruining that part?
They are. So the original 50th anniversary celebration concept art showed Tower of Terror getting plussed a little bit. But it turns out, no, they're actually going to do it to the Chinese theater. Mm-hmm. And they're going to essentially make it look like a premiere night every night, right?
And what does that mean?
So I don't know if you remember way back when, but when the park first opened, they used to have searchlights every night. And
I forgot about that.
They're bringing those back.
Okay.
So that's cool. And then they're going to light up the Chinese theater with more lights and probably some projection mapping and stuff like that. So to make it look like something's going on, right?
Yeah, it's good because at night it does look a little like sleepy down that end.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, that's
So
good.
So it's fairly subtle, but it's a nice plus.
By the way, speaking of Hollywood studios, I realized the other day I have not been to Galaxy's Edge except with you, and I am really itching to go back. It is like Star Wars. We are steeped in Star Wars in my house recently because I'm taking my son through the journey of the movies, and we are now 2/3 of the way through.
Cool.
And he has loved them. Like he's been like Mr. Star Wars along with me. So I love him again. It was a little touch and go there, but so and I'm working on R2 again. I'm making good progress on getting him built. So it's like Star Wars over here. So anyway, so I'm really itching to go to Galaxy's Edge. So you need to go. What was that? Oh, am I supposed to be seeing? Is there video? I didn't have you on my screen.
Oh, you did? Yeah, I don't have you on my screen either. But no.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, I don't. Do you remember this guy?
Yeah, it's like a little M&M dispenser.
Yeah. Do you know who got them for us?
No, who?
No, your buddy Sean.
My buddy Sean. Yeah. Oh, wow. Hey, Sean. Yeah, long time ago.
A long time. It still sits on my desk.
Well, see that? You guys are tight.
Look at that.
That's good. Yeah. So it's a little R2D2 M&M dispenser thing for those who can't see. Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, it's been a decade-long project of mine, and I'm finally I'm going to close this thing out. I'm going to get R2 finished, being built. Awesome. So excited. So anyway, it's all Star Wars.
I can't wait to see him.
And I want to go to Galaxy's Edge, so you got to come back soon. That was the point.
You know, I'll take a little detour here since you brought it up, but on Instagram, I'm trying to post a picture every day, right, of something. And on Tuesdays, I try to post something from Galaxy's Edge because it's Batu Tuesday.
Who comes up with those? Is there
I don't know, but
is there like a council that has to be come up with
I don't know. Actually, Sean Spancel, he started doing it, and I'm like, oh, and a lot of people do it, and you click on the hashtag, and you get all these cool pictures of Galaxy's Edge. So I go back every week and look through my Galaxy's Edge pictures, and I'm like, man, it is such a great land. There's really so much to explore in, so many nooks and crannies. And I've been there 3 times, and every time I'm finding something new, and it's just such, and it's so, the wildest thing to me is that when you leave the land, you walk back into Hollywood studios, it's like, it's almost shocking because at least me, I completely forget that I'm in Hollywood studios.
Yeah,
when I'm in Galaxy's
it feels like
Edge.
a separate park. Yeah.
It does. It really does, and they've done a great job with it. I still haven't been. That's my next. The thing I'm going to try to do next time I go is I've never been in the cantina, and I just want to go in there to see DJ Rex and just But that's the one thing. I think that's the only thing I have not done yet still, that I just really want to do.
Yeah. Gosh, there's a few things I haven't done in there yet. So yeah, that's one of them. That was really hard to get into before, right? You had to
it's even harder now. Yeah.
Is it? Yeah.
Well, yeah, because they're only letting in like half the people that,
Yeah, maybe next time you plan to come, maybe we can do that somehow.
Yeah.
Actually, total side note, something I watched a video on YouTube today because I do that, and they're talking about like the different animatronics in Star Wars in the parks, and wait a minute, Rex. Oh no, never mind. Yeah, I totally had this wrong. So Rex in the cantina was the pilot.
Yes.
Right.
Star
okay.
Tours.
No, I do have this right. So he was the pilot from Star Tours, but then this video pointed out that in Star Tours, Rex is actually in there, but it's like in the timeline it's earlier. So they have Rex in 2 places, which seems like bad continuity for Disney. But maybe they get away with it because Galaxy's Edge is Batu and Star Tours is a different timeline and all that.
Yeah, Star Tours is kind of
Don't say it.
It's yeah, we just kind of ignore that Star Tours is there. Kind
All
of.
right. We won't take it too seriously.
Just don't
anyway,
look over there. It's still a fun ride. I still love
it
it.
is. Honestly, it never occurred to me that was Rex in the queue.
Yeah. I always take a picture of him every time I pass him.
I do too. It never occurred to me that's who. And I guess he even does like some sound samples from the original ride and stuff.
He does, and he has a tag on him that says "return to sender" or something like that. You know,
because he's
like,
defective is what it said. Yeah. I didn't realize they had him both places. But anyway, and sorry, side note, but I saw that today. All right.
All right. So
there's only so many parks left. So we've gone through the three they've run. What else we got?
We will end with the story is about FastPass signs at Disney World, and it leads to a bigger question of so in two places, Space Mountain and the Kilimanjaro safaris in Animal Kingdom, both places they have taken off the words FastPass. Okay.
But, I mean, like, at least the picture I'm looking at for the safari, I mean, not in like a permanent, elegant way. They just covered it up.
Correct. For the safaris, they just covered it up. But for Space Mountain, they actually took it down.
Is that right?
Yeah. So that leads, because FastPass isn't being used now and has not been used since the parks reopened, it's led a lot of people to wonder what's going on with FastPass. And
hopefully it's dying a horrid death.
These, with them covering up the FastPass words on these signs, the article makes a point that maybe they're just covering them up or taking them down because people who may have never been to Disney World before don't know what FastPass is, and they're like, "Oh, what? Am I missing something? Like, am I supposed to do
was going to be
something?"
my guess. Yeah, that was going to be my guess. But
and it could be that simple and that innocent. But since they haven't brought anything back, and people are wondering when is it coming back? The other question is it coming back?
But I thought Disney liked FastPass.
Well, they do, but maybe the real question is, what format is FastPass coming back in? So,
like one that you'd maybe pay for.
Yeah. So in Disneyland, there's MaxPass. And is Disneyland is different, right? So in Disneyland, the way it works, FastPass, they don't have My Disney Experience, right? They don't have Magic Bands. And so in Disneyland, even, until they closed, if you wanted a FastPass, you still had to go to the attraction and get a paper FastPass. So you would have to run, which also meant they did not have advance FastPasses available, right? So if you wanted a FastPass, you had to go physically to that location and pull a ticket, just like in the old days in Disney World. And so what MaxPass did when it was introduced a couple years ago was it was like $15 at the time per person. Now, when they right before they closed, it was up to $20 per person. And they allowed you to get a FastPass on your phone on the MaxPass app. Okay. And so you didn't have to run, but it was still day of. You still couldn't make advanced reservations.
Okay.
So the thought is that they will implement a version of MaxPass for Disney World. Now, whether it'll be, they'll charge for it or not, I don't know. Maybe they charge for day guests. Maybe if you're a resort guest, they don't charge you. But maybe they do away with the advance reservations.
I'd be fine with that. Even I mean, day of that's fine because then then it truly is just a virtual queue, right?
Right. It's fair. It's whether you're an annual pass holder, a day guest, or a resort guest, at least it's the same playing field.
Right. Exactly.
So kind of how it is for Rise of the Resistance, right? Everybody has the same opportunity. You just have to have your reservation for Hollywood Studios. And then, now it's different even now than when I went last time.
Mm-hmm.
Now you don't have to be on property. It just at 7 a.m., if you have a reservation for Hollywood Studios, you can go to the app and try to get a boarding group.
Yeah.
So, but
Yeah,
I think that's still fair. I think it's way more fair.
Because then, that's just the virtual version of you just going there when the park opens and standing in line for 8 hours. Right?
Yeah. Right.
Which it still sucks. You got to try and, be there right at 7 and they're gone by 7:01. But,
yeah.
I was going to ask you kind of what the current stay was because I think I need to get on that ride.
Yeah, you do.
And I think maybe before everything completely opens up again, I need to try and, I don't know if it's better or worse to try and get in now or later, but whatever. I need to get on the ride. Okay. It's weird. Don't you think it's weird they only did those 2 rides though? And go back to the FastPass thing of covering those up. It's not even 2 rides in the same park, or it's not even the 2 biggest rides like Everest and, whatever Magic Kingdom would be.
Yeah,
I guess Space
well,
Mountain.
probably Space Mountain, and believe it or not, the Safari actually is, it does have a. In fact, we didn't last time we went to Animal Kingdom. We didn't ride it because the line was so long.
Oh, really?
And it was out of fast passes.
I guess I had a fast pass last time I went.
Yeah,
because gosh, I remember just kind of walking on. Maybe I had a fast pass. Anyway, I hate that park anyway. So
you do?
Yeah, Animal Kingdom.
What?
I've told you that before many times in this show. How much I hate that park.
Wow. Okay. Well, so what's our next topic?
Oh, wait. Let me look at the list. It says, Chris's AK plans. Okay.
Yeah.
I guess I'm going to the Animal Kingdom.
What?
So, yeah. So it's my youngest son's birthday next week. And we're like, what should we do? Basically, his birthday was the first to get obliterated from, the start of COVID last year. And here we are a year later. And we're like, well, and he's 5, going to be 5.
Mm-hmm.
And we're like, what can we go do that he would enjoy? And so we talked about, should we go to Disney? And of course, I just paid for my passes, and so I'm like, yes, that's all we're doing from now on.
Right,
we're going to Disney World all the time.
Right.
So I thought about, should we go to Epcot's out just because it's just such a especially with a young kid, it's like how much would they have fun with. Thought about Hollywood Studios, especially because Galaxy's Edge, but he's still young and he's a very young 5 anyway, so he wouldn't have that much fun there. And I thought, you know what, and Magic Kingdom, same idea, be rides or whatever, but I don't know, it's just I think it would feel more compact at Magic Kingdom. I'm still not ready to kind of be around a lot of people right around me. But I thought, you know what, he'd love to see the animals. He loves animals. He's a little kid, and we haven't been there forever, and it's kind of more open, like Epcot, a little bit. And so I'm like, you know what, we haven't been there in a while. Let's go do that. So I had to get right on the reservation system and go reserve my day 2 weeks out. But thankfully, on a Wednesday, believe it or not, I actually had to stress on, now I have my annual passes that I'm paying for, can I actually go and use them? But anyway, so we got those, and so next week we're gonna go spend time at Animal Kingdom, and so it was a little interesting to kind of see, well, what will we do? I don't even know the park that well to begin with, and I don't know what's open and closed, given COVID stuff. So originally I was thinking, Dino Land, he'll love that. He likes dinosaurs, and they have that dig thing there, and and there's a Nemo attraction. He would like that, and all of that is closed. So I'm like, all right, well, we're not gonna do those. So I think we're just going to pretty much kind of beeline for the back. I don't think we'll do the safari. Maybe we will if we can get in. We'll see. But want to go back there and see the gorillas and the basically Asia and Africa, and see the stuff back there. And then maybe try to see Pandora. At least see the land, because I haven't even seen it with my own eyeballs yet.
Okay.
I don't know, but maybe try to get on the Navi River ride. Do I have that right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's kind of the plan. We'll see how it goes. He's not, he's a little bit of special needs kid, and he is not one to want to have a mask on his face. So it may be that, we get yelled at too many times and we're there for half an hour and have to leave. Who knows? We'll see how it goes. But I'll report back. We'll see.
Cool.
I'd like to be able to get on the Navi River just because it looks neat. You said you seemed kind of tepid about it though, so maybe it's not as good.
No, it's not. No, It's nice. It's it's a very calm boat ride.
Sounds like me.
Similar to it's a small world.
Yeah.
And it is it's nice. the what taints my view of it is the one time we rode it, we got to the main part with the shaman, and this fantastic audio animatronic that's very fluid.
The A1000 I learned today. I didn't know that had a designation. It's the A1000 animatronic. Yeah. Okay.
And the ride stopped, and they come over the loudspeaker and please stay seated in your boat.
Bad show.
The whole and so and they shut down the audio for the shaman, so she's still moving. And so it just we missed the best part. And
it get a do-over.
It ticked me off.
That was the only time you were on it?
The only time I was on it, yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll see. I don't know what I haven't looked at what the line
it's not that long of a ride. It's not as long as Small World, but it's a nice, pleasant ride.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway, I think people would enjoy that. But I found it humorous. I was talking to my older son, and I'm like, and we do once a week we do a family movie night where let's go watch them. Yeah, like families do. And I'm like, oh, maybe tonight we should watch Avatar. And I explained to him there's a land at Animal Kingdom that's based on this movie, and he doesn't know a thing about it. And he's giving me that side eye, it doesn't sound like something I'd like. And I'm like, no, he's like, well, let's look at the trailer. So I showed him the trailer, and I thought he'd get all excited by seeing the trailer, and he's like, nah.
Yeah.
So I'm asking myself, why did we all get so excited about Avatar back when this thing came out? Because
I've never seen it.
Oh, is it one of those things? Is it?
No, I've just never seen. No, I wanted to see it back then, but I didn't want to go to the theater and see it.
But you haven't watched it now that it's at Disney, before you went to Pandora?
and then because all I heard was, oh, you have to see it in the theater. That's the only way to see it. And so when it came to being able to see it at home, I'm like, I'm not going to get the same experience.
Well, you know why that's okay. So in a way that's true, but only because the only really exceptional thing about the movie was the groundbreaking 3D work in it. It's sort of like if you had a video of Soarin' and you'd be like, well, you watch it at home and just be like, well, that's just a movie, right? Yeah. And that's its only real gimmick, is that you feel like you're soaring because of the projection technique, right?
Right.
So I think that's the same with at least, and I'm being unfair. I haven't watched it in 15, 20 years, whatever it's been.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
But in watching the trailer, it's just an average story. Like today, it's you take away the 3D stuff, but still you should have it to have context of the park. No.
Nah, I don't care that much about it. I really don't. I get the gist. I'm good.
And maybe that's all you really need is the gist. Yeah. I don't think it's really.
Do you really think people are going to sit down and watch Tron just because they ride the roller coaster?
Don't you really think they should?
Oh, they 100% should. But do you really think they're going to? No.
No. Mm-mm.
Even though they really should have another movie.
Why haven't they made better use of that franchise for that? And if they didn't call it a franchise,
it's sitting there waiting. And look, Tron Legacy was a great movie too. Like
I thought it was a lot of great.
Yeah, great.
Okay.
Great. Not as good as the original, but it was right there.
Yeah, it was
right there. Mm-hmm. Go back and rewatch it, and you'll see.
I listen to the soundtrack all the time.
Right?
I love the soundtrack.
Of course, it's one of the best soundtracks ever.
Yeah, I'll say it's pretty good. Didn't they make another one, or were they going to make another one?
Well, that was they were going to, and they were going to soon after, and then it got squashed, and then just recently they were talking about it again, and then the pandemic hit. So
I just don't get it. It seems like such an obvious, you can have toys that come out of it, you can have video games that come out of it, you can have animated things that come out of it. Like it's something. It seems like a gold vein that they just don't realize they have. But what do I know? I guess it wasn't that successful.
No, it was. That's the whole thing. It was successful when you compare it to other movies, but they put it up against, it's like, oh, it didn't make as much as Star Wars or something.
No, but it doesn't.
The expectations were so high.
Not everything has to be a Marvel-sized movie, right?
I agree, but it made, I don't know how much.
I'm looking at. Okay, I got it, boss. I'm on it. I'm on it. Where is it? IMDb? Is that the thing? Is that where people go?
I don't know. I was just going to search Tron Legacy, and it usually pops up on Google.
I got it. I think I have it. Oh, gosh darn it! Maybe I don't have it. See, this is why I'm no good. Oh well, 6.8 out of 10 on IMDb. Yeah, see, they didn't. Where's like the stats? Like it cost this, and they made this, and here it is. Okay. And
$400 million
that it made, or
on
that
a budget of $170 million.
But see, to me, I'm no business whiz, but to me that seems like a good return.
Oh, and that was wait. Was that worldwide or
box office? Budget 170.
Yeah.
Opening weekend was 44 million. So that's not a great opening weekend for a 170 movie, but and then gross USA was 172 million. So in the US they broke even.
Okay.
Then worldwide it was 400.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you made $400 million? Because I haven't.
But you know what? I could see where they'd like in the US it just broke even like when it started.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know how this business works. And here's a lot of money laundering. That's all I know. But it was good enough that like if they made a Tron, like if they really put some effort into it and had a Tron 3 and a Tron 4, like they could make something out of this.
I know. Well, the thing is, they set it up for a perfect.
They did, absolutely,
because they had Ed Dillinger Jr. in it, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then they ended it, and Cora came to the real world. And, they ride off, and you could have such a great, oh my God, like it just opens up so many possibilities for another movie. Oh, so depressing.
Oh, well, maybe someday. It's still sitting there. Maybe they'll get to it. They can make it like all social media based. Like they could be inside the social media systems, like in the gram or the Insta. What do you call it? Do you call it the gram or the Insta?
I don't.
I've heard two different things. What do you call
it? In my mind, it's IG.
IG. IG.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, all right. So how do we get on there? Right. So that's my plan for next week. So if you want, I'll come back and tell you how it goes.
Yes, absolutely.
I've never had a great time at the Animal Kingdom, so we'll see.
Well, I'm just curious because you also, you haven't been there. I did get to go during this pandemic, right? And
okay, yeah.
And so I'm just curious to see what you think with social distancing and how everything's handled.
Oh, at Disney World at all? Yeah. But on the one hand, I never go to this park, so maybe some of it will be hard to compare because I don't really know it that well non-COVID. But we'll see. I'll let you know.
You'll be fine.
We'll see. I'm just hoping it's not very crowded. It's kind of mostly what I'm hoping.
The funniest thing is that. So you mentioned you watch YouTube videos, right? Well, I do too, and I watch a bunch of Disney related YouTube videos.
It's really shocking,
and it's so funny because since last weekend, they're all doing all of these YouTubers are doing stuff around Orlando, and
they're not at the
and
Disney World?
they're going to Disney Springs and all because they can't get reservations.
Oh, it's so funny. I saw somebody. I noticed I didn't realize it, but I'm like, that's weird that they would do that. It was like really a stretch for the Disney. Oh, I didn't realize that because
nobody can get in. They can't get reservations. So
the video should just be them at their computer trying to click to get a reservation.
They have to. So they have to provide content, right? So they're like out and about, like all these. They're at all these random Orlando attractions. They're at the outlet malls. They're like all over the place. It's the funniest thing. During the busiest time for Disney, like when they should normally they would be there, covering all of that, and they're not.
Well, I don't know when most people's spring break is. Locally, it's this week. So next week, the locals should not be there from spring break, but I don't know what that means for other parts.
I mean, ours is the week after Easter.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That's more like up north. That's kind of when their spring breaks are. And that's early April this year, right?
It is. It's,
so actually,
first week in April.
4th, I think. Yeah. So I'm hoping maybe we'll make it in the sort of in between state, like it's when there aren't too many other spring breaks happening.
Yeah. It's
see.
the 5th through the 9th.
Listen, as long as I don't get COVID, then or anybody in my family, I'll consider it a win. But
Well,
see.
if you wouldn't be an anti-vaxxer.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. You got your vaccinations. Good for you, man.
My first one. So
Well, okay. Oh,
April
so you're
3rd, I get my second.
That's awesome. April 3rd. Oh, right before Easter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was actually, I've started to look into it because I think it's getting close for us to be in the window to go. But not yet. Cool. Which one did you get? Not that you have a choice. Not that it matters. I'm just curious. Was it the what do we have? It's not the J&J because that's the single shot.
That's the single dose, yeah.
Uh-huh.
So there's Moderna
Yeah.
and Pfizer.
Right.
And I got the Pfizer.
So they tell you. It's like on your little
Yeah.
card or whatever.
Yep.
That's cool. And it wasn't difficult? Like you didn't have a wait in line for 10 hours?
Oh my God. You don't even. So so last Saturday, I told my wife, I said, hey, come here. Let's see how we can, schedule it and see how far out it's going to be and all this. And so went to the website, our hospital's website, and I click on it and they're like, okay, we have, and this was at 11:09 in the morning. And they said, okay, we have appointments for 11:50 and 11:55. and it was like, wait, like now? and
I'm not ready.
Yeah, well, pretty much. I'm like, okay, we'll pick 11:55 to give us a little time to get there, to get ready and get there. And we got there at 11:50. We walked in. I had my shot in my arm by 11:54. And then you have to wait 15 minutes after that before you can leave. And
they make you wait. Okay. Interesting.
Well, you go and you wait in your car. And if you have problems, you blow your horn and then the nurse will come to you.
Seriously?
Yeah, because they don't want people in the building waiting.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. Okay.
So
what
we
if you
waited.
pass out? You can't blow your horn.
Well, that's true. We waited 15 minutes and we were fine. And then we left. So literally it took less than 20 minutes to get the shot and be dismissed.
You truly lead a charmed life, Mr.
I mean, I don't know how. Yeah, I do. I will for that. I don't know how that happened.
That and so
but
many
it
other
happened.
things. Yeah, so many things. Such a long list.
So you also do your second appointment at the same time, and so it's for April 3rd.
Well, that's good. So you don't have to stress about whether you can
Yeah, right.
make that or not.
Right.
That's
So
good.
man,
That's good. Good for you.
2 thumbs up, Louisiana. Woo.
Yeah. Well, Florida, we got it covered over here. Everything's under control.
Loosey goosey.
Everything's under control down here. How are you?
Don't even have to wear your mask to go get it.
Why would you? Anyway. All right. I'm going to leave it there. Hey, this was fun. We should do this once in a while.
We should. We ought to start a podcast.
Awesome. Well, I'll come on next time and tell you what a miserable time I had at Animal Kingdom.
Yeah, we'll try to do this sooner rather than later and be relevant.
Okay. Sounds good to me, man. See you next time.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you for joining us on another episode of Starport 75. Follow Chris on Twitter and Instagram at CBGray, and Glenn on Twitter and Instagram at DizWiz. Follow the show on Twitter and Facebook at Starport75 and Instagram at TheStarport75. For all things related to the show, including show notes and links to connect with us, visit us at starport75.com.